Welcome back to the Now Morning Show on this Tuesday morning. So happy to have you with us. Now, TNT Restaurant Week is a culinary celebration of the best and most delicious restaurants in TNT. Now, during this 10-day extravaganza, participating restaurants offer an exclusive menu at a significantly reduced price. And joining us to talk more about this is founder of Restaurant Week, Miss Shaira Mohammed. Miss Mohammed, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, morning, everyone.
Morning, morning,
now I
Shiro.
know Now, I know off air we were talking about it being the return, right? Because although we would have had Restaurant Week during the pandemic, this is the first time where we can come back together. So tell us a bit more about that.
Well, during the pandemic, we did maintain a restaurant week, but it was a virtual restaurant week in that um, restaurants would still, or the restaurants that were still open, would offer specially reduced price menus. And these would be available for online purchasing, so deliveries and pickups, and that is how we kind of maintained Restaurant Week during COVID, which was 2 years actually, because Restaurant Week falls in September. So we really experienced COVID for 2 years. Um, so this is our first year back out uh, with full dining in restaurants, and we're so excited. Even though COVID was a real downer for all restaurants and for us and for events and so on, we learned from it. And this year, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be offering both the takeaway options as well as the dine-in options. So, it's not all bad. COVID was not all bad.
Yes. COVID taught
Definitely
us how
some,
to adapt. Love it, love
yeah,
it.
definitely some good coming out of it. Shiro, no, I remember when Restaurant Week first started, it seemed like a very exclusive thing, as though only particular restaurants were on the list, and you were able to say, all right, well, these fancy restaurants, I get a chance to be able to experience them for a bit of a reduced cost. But along the way, we saw where more and more restaurants came on board, and now it's a wider variety. We even saw some what people would consider to be fast food outlets joining the restaurant week. Is there a particular criteria for what makes a restaurant eligible to be a part of the restaurant week?
Oh yes, we actually do have quite a few criteria. We did well every year we change, right? Every year we try to learn and tweak and experience different things. Because of course nothing is stagnant, and we don't believe in just being one thing right through. So yes, we did start with very few selected restaurants, and then as it grew, we found that more and more restaurants were interested in being part of Restaurant Week. One year we even, and this was pre-COVID, we even looked at having people like Subway on board. So Subway could be considered fast food, but hey, you can also go and dine in at Subway. So dining in is where we kind of draw the line for sure. If you don't have seating accommodation and if you cannot be able to serve food in your establishment, then you're not deemed to be a restaurant, a dining restaurant, and you're deemed to be just a takeaway. So really, truly, that's our cutoff line. But then, of course, like with everything else, there's a kind of blurry line between who qualifies as takeaway and who qualifies as just fine dining or just dining restaurants. This year, what we found is post COVID, a lot of the fine dining restaurants have kind of closed. We have literally just a handful, and a lot of restaurants have kind of morphed into this family-oriented kind of mid-range price point dining restaurants. So we have a lot more restaurants on board this year that do fit that middle bracket, not fast food, but yet not top end. And that market has grown tremendously, which is exciting, right? Because there are more restaurants now to choose from.
Yes. Now, Shira, just to jump in here as well, I know that it's called Restaurant Week of Trinidad and Tobago, but I know Tobagonians have been saying, we've been left out. What about us? Is there going to be a Tobago edition this year? Is Tobago something that you're looking forward to, in the upcoming years?
Well, I would like you to repeat that. So Tobago's culture is quite different.
Yeah.
We try to support Tobago as much as we possibly can to get on board for Restaurant Week. However, they're very, very skeptical because their pool of resident Tobagonians who dine out is very small. And what the thought is that, there are not so many people in Tobago who would dine out, and therefore many restaurants don't think it is worth their while to be part of restaurant, because even with all the advertising in the world, they're only going to get the usual 15 people who might come once during restaurant week, because, if more restaurants are involved, then these 15 people will go from here to there to there to there. And, just so they think that their pool is very small. Mm. I beg to differ, because even in Trinidad, we started restaurant week just because myself and some people that I knew, we just love to eat. But once restaurant week started, look at how many people are going out for restaurant week now. I think everyone loves food. Everyone loves a good deal. And Trinidadians like to eat and lime and socialize over food, just like in Italy. Food is something that brings people together. So I believe that Tobago can experience the same thing. We do have some restaurants on board this year. I'm very happy about that. So I would like to encourage anybody from Trinidad who's going to be across in Tobago during restaurant week, please check out those restaurants. They have some really fantastic offerings. But yes, Tobago is something that we are trying to grow. We just need some support from diners to show Tobago restaurants some love, and give them the encouragement that they need to be able to be, for us to have more restaurants on board in Tobago.
Nice.
Definitely. Can you just remind us of the dates of Restaurant Week again, just so that we are all clear on when it starts and when it ends?
So Restaurant Week is actually not a week, it's 10 days, and it starts on the 23rd of September, and it goes on until the 2nd of October. So we have 2 weekends, and the weekend in the middle.
Nice.
All right. I was right about the starting this week. It starts this Friday. And
that's right.
Till next week, Monday or Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Right.
Sunday.
Nice. And in terms of the restaurants that are joining us, are we going to be seeing some new, because I know there are some foodies who listen every single restaurant week. They're looking, they're checking, they know people who have been there. See, so for Roca's benefit, are there any new restaurants that are going to be joining us this year? Or any new culinary experiences we can maybe look forward to?
We do. We definitely do. We have quite a few. We have a lot, not just a few. We have quite a lot of new restaurants joining us. And these are restaurants who would have grown and developed during restaurant week, and they may have been just like a social media, Instagram food service during COVID, that have opened their doors in an actual establishment now post-COVID. Or it was it's restaurants that have kind of shifted from one style of dining into next. So what I do urge people to do is download the mobile app. So the mobile app is TT Restaurants. So TT Restaurants on Google or Play Store. That mobile app lists all of the restaurants that are involved in Restaurant Week. It also shows you the menus of the restaurants that are involved. There is a Find on Map option. So if you click on the Find on Map, you know exactly where the restaurant is. Or you could just go straight to the map and see what restaurants around you are taking part in Restaurant Week. Mm-hmm. And then there is also a filter. This filter filters like dietary requirements, or if you just want fish, or if you want steak, or whatever the case may be, or if you're just pure vegan, you can just do your selections in this page in the mobile app, and it only shows you restaurants that offer those options.
Nice.
So the app is quite nifty. We do not have, however, a filter for new restaurants.
You're going to have to go searching for that one on your own.
Yes,
no
if you want specifically new restaurants, then that's going to be a challenge. But we have quite a few. And listen to me, it's so hard for restaurants this year, right? Because the price of ingredients has gone up tremendously. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that diners, not all diners, have realized this. So when we started publishing menus, we were getting a bit of pushback from our, Joe Public, our friends and diners out there saying, hey, these prices are incredible. But how, why would the prices be so high? Actually, they were actually complaining prices are a lot higher than they anticipated. But yeah, generally prices of food have increased.
Tell me something, Shira. What is the upper aspect of the cost in terms of the restaurants, the higher end restaurants? What are the cost of those compared to the lowest ones that you guys have on available to the public during Restaurant Week?
But we have a very wide range.
Yeah. So give me top and bottom.
Top and bottom,
Yeah.
100 and 550.
100 and 550. So you can go out to have a meal for $100 per person.
Hell yeah. And some good food too. You know, like there is Farmhouse, for instance. They're a new restaurant that just opened a week or 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
You can dine for two for $100. I mean, you know, it's obviously it's also their launch week, so you know it's really special prices.
Yes.
And then of course you have Hyatt, who is a 550 per person. You know,
And
so
I mean, for Hyatt prices, that's kind of cheap actually.
it is.
When you think about it.
Exactly. It is. It's not as though it's exorbitant for what you get. The prices are really good. Even
Alright.
though, you know, you might think, oh God, $550 for me to dine somewhere, but yeah, if you
Well, then don't go there.
more than that.
Exactly. So, but Shira, I want to thank you so much for joining us and
Yes.
congratulations on another restaurant week for 2022. I know it's going to be fabulous and I definitely plan to take advantage of it.
Great.
Same.
Thank you so much for joining us. No problem. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Restaurant Week kicks off this Friday. You want to be a part of it. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.